You're a good dad. Do you feel what I'm saying? Wow, we had this baby as a threesome. It wasn't like a normal threesome. Okay, anything. We had sex. That's awesome ass. Yo, it was a threesome, not my kid. Yes, that's the exact response Lil Scrappy used when questioned with the baby with the entire love and hip-hop the universe is talking. One crazy night, one baby, and a full-fledged struggle between denial and parenthood. Shakira, the lady holding it down with diapers in one hand and truth in the other, claims to know who the father is. She is not perplexed. She is not emotional. She's certain. And according to her, Lil Scrappy is out here attempting to alter history just because things got complicated. Scrappy, on the other hand, makes it quite apparent. He's not claiming a youngster that emerged from a group scenario. In his view, the night was joyful, wild, and fuzzy. Yet, he didn't intend to have a kid. And he refuses to accept the blame. Also, who is lying? Who is speaking the truth? And who is the third person who nobody wants to speak about? Because this is not just about paternity, it's a scandal that's poised to turn everyone's reputations upside down. Trust me, this drama is just getting started. Let us return to the night that began it all. All of these Lil Scrappy, Shakira, and a third unknown male were entangled in what Scrappy subsequently described as a vibe. No labels, no expectations, and no duties. At least, that's how he describes it. But for Shakira, that night marked the start of something very genuine. Something cried at 2 a.m. They need diapers, formula, and a father. Shakira didn't intend to be a parent. There's a controversy. She alleges Scrappy reached out, brought her into his world, and made her feel important. He told me he was done with the games, the industry women, and wanted something real. She told a close friend, the crazy night that followed was just intended to be enjoyable, or so they believed. Until weeks later, the test was positive. When Shakira discovered she was pregnant, she did not panic. She reached out and claims to have messaged Scrappy. Personally, no drama, no accusations, just facts. I told him it could be his. I was not on that messy vibe, yet he ghosted me for 3 days straight. When he eventually responded, he spoke the words that are now reverberating on social media. It was a threesome. Shakira was shocked, upset, and outraged because Scrappy was not only rejecting her kid, but he was throwing the entire night under the bus like it didn't happen, as if he didn't tell her she was wonderful before it all. The toughest thing was, then he knew the infant resembled him. His mother even contacted me talking about how the kid had Scrappy's similar eyes. But now all of a sudden, he doesn't know anything. According to Shakira, Scrappy was living as if nothing had occurred, and the paparazzi had found him out on dinner dates. With Brittany, the so-called realtor who is more renowned for selling bottles than for closing on properties, and this is not stated. We received timestamps, locations, and even direct messages from a waiter who stated Scrappy was there, drinking tequila with Brittany, beaming. As if his whole life weren't falling apart behind the scenes, Shakira packed up and relocated. To another state, yes, moved states at Scrappy's request, believing he was ready to stand up for his kid. He urged me, move out here so I can be near my son. I left everything behind for that guy. I didn't even ask him for money, just his presence, she said. But when she arrived, he was nowhere to be seen, except for Brittany's Instagram story. That was when Shakira snapped. She went live and revealed everything. I'm weary of being silent while he plays house with that magic. City bottle girl, she remarked on the broadcast. You think you can act daddy in VIP while disregarding the kid. Created in a time of mature decision-making, and then she delivered. The actual blow, let us chat about it. It wasn't just me and you that night, correct? So, if you want to act completely fresh, let's call it what it was, a threesome. That is what you named it. And now you're hiding behind that term. For example, it removes your duty. Yes, Shakira has confessed it. She maintains that the baby was the result of a three-person affair. She knows who the father is. I know who. I was with when it happened, and it was you. So don't attempt to play this as a mystery episode. But Scrappy was not having it. According to those close to him, he has told everyone the same thing. I don't know anyone else. Was in the same room. With her, it was a blur. I was lighted. She brought someone else. That's not on me. Some even say Scrappy's attempted to persuade his inner circle that Shakira had caught him and that she had become pregnant on purpose to acquire the bag. But here's the catch: Shakira hasn't begged for money. And there is no child support. There is no legal pressure or anything. Just a guy caring for the kid he helped bring into the world. At the very least, this is what she desired. Now, things become much messier. Scrappy reportedly challenged Shakira at a private meeting. No cameras, no producers, just two shattered individuals in a parking lot. That's when things became loud. Scrappy yelled, "You act like I'm supposed to just believe you. Eyewitness. Why would I care for a baby who may not even be mine? That this was not even a regular circumstance. I hadn't planned for it." This is when Shakira, they clapped back. "You did not intend for me to quit my job, my house, or my dignity. But you've begged me to. You made promises. And now you want to play." Confused, Scrappy walked out, shaking his head after the confrontation, leaving Shakira standing there with her eyes were filled with tears, and she was carrying a baby on her hip. And here's the unexpected twist. Shakira recognizes the third individual as the other male from that night. And based on the way she's been talking, she's going to throw his name into the mix because if Scrappy won't stand up, she claims she approached the only one who may. I was trying to keep things calm. I did not want to blow the entire thing up, but maybe it's time the public found out who was truly in that room. But maybe it's time the world knew who was truly in the room. These were Shakira's last remarks before she died. Since then, the internet has been in a frenzy, attempting to figure out who this mystery guy is. Fans began guessing immediately. Was it someone famous? Was it a rapper? Love a hip-hop cast member? Or worse, someone close to Lil Scrappy? Because, let's face it, this isn't just about you are no longer a baby. This is about secrets, treachery, and a guy who believed he could avoid the repercussions of a night I assumed no one would remember. But Shakira remembers everything. And I've been clutching onto this secret name like it's a nuclear code. But not for long. Behind the scenes, sources close. According to Shakira, producers have been pressuring her to reveal identities. According to one source, she was even given a reward if she divulged the identity of the third guy during shooting. But so far, she's played it wisely by generating suspense, keeping the viewers captivated, and letting Scrappy escalate while she keeps cool and calculated. Meanwhile, Scrappy is dealing with the aftermath. Apparently, he has been blowing up Shakira's phone off camera and begs her not to say anything. He informed her she was tripping, and if she told, the reality is, it would harm more than just his image. It would also disrupt someone else's life. According to the source, and people began to worry whether the third person was someone Scrappy knew, rumors began flying. Some fans called out the names of other Love and Hip Hop cast members. Some said it was a producer, a club owner, or even a security officer who reportedly approached too often. But Shakira has not confirmed anything. Not yet. She has verified that Scrappy asked her to that night, that he started the whole event, and that the third person was someone he brought rather than her. So all this stuff about her bringing someone else is a lie. He wanted to do something crazy. I wasn't even interested at first, but he persuaded me into it, and now he wants to redo the whole night, only to avoid parenting. No, we are not doing that. And while Shakira's Scrappy is still living as if nothing occurred while continuing to battle single, several nights ago, he was seen again. Brittany, the bottle girl turned phony real estate salesperson. This time, they were in a hookah lounge, laughing, whispering, holding hands like if he didn't have a kid on the other side of town, wondering where his father was. It is horrible. And now Shakira's at her breaking point. She has remained silent, but every day, she sees Scrappy play daddy too. Brittany and Club hop like a guy without obligations, the more ready she is to divulge everything. I didn't ask for drama, she informed a close friend, but if he wants to pretend, I'll give him something tangible to cope with. Behind closed doors, manufacturing is already preparing for the explosion. Word is, Shakira is set to confront Scrappy in a forthcoming reunion taping. Let's just say, the infant this may not be the only thing disclosed. This is where things become much nasty. A buddy of Shakira informed us that the third guy, the second man in the trio, has apparently been trying to keep out of it, but knows there is a possibility his name may come out. And here's the twist. He isn't just any stranger. He's Scrappy, has worked with someone before. Yes, you heard it correctly. According to the guy in Shakira's camp, who may perhaps be the father, is an industry professional. Scrappy once called family. Someone who has known Scrappy for many years and is familiar with her habits, lifestyle, and tendencies, and this isn't a maybe. Shakira said that she knew precisely who she slept with and when. I don't believe in confusion. I've grown, I know who I lay with, and if he wants to pretend it's overcast, that's on him. But I got clarity. So now we're sitting here with Lil Scrappy, rejecting the baby. Shakira stand 10 toes down. Brittany is clinging to her status as the girlfriend, with no idea. There is one unknown guy out there who hopes his name does not appear on the timeline. Let us not forget Scrappy invited Shakira to cross state boundaries. She left everything behind. Family, work, house, friends, everything because he claimed he wanted to be a parent. All because he told her we had produced something. We've got to increase it, and now he pretends he doesn't even know her name. But the kid is here. Every day, I'm living, growing, waiting, and looking more like Scrappy. It's crazy how these males want to be wild behind closed doors, but behave completely different when real life arrives at the front door. We were mature enough to do it, Shakira stated. So be mature enough to accept responsibility for the consequences. The odd aspect is that DNA testing hasn't even begun because Scrappy is avoiding it. Playing the "I don't need a test for a kid," that isn't mind game. But behind the scenes, he is worried. He is afraid. A buddy of his stated that he does not want the truth. He wants this to go away, but it's not going anywhere. Shakira claims she's giving him one more chance to stand up, privately before she makes it public. Public, if he won't do the right thing, I will. And once I do, everybody will know who the third person was. I'm wary of staying silent for a guy who doesn't even recognize his own blood. If he won't do the right thing, I will. And when I do, everyone will know who the third person was. And with that, Shakira drew a line in the sand. She wasn't lying anymore. The days of silent weeping, unanswered messages, and fake promises had ended. This wasn't simply about damaged emotions anymore. What this was about a developing youngster asking questions with his eyes, even if he couldn't yet express them. And Shakira realized it was time. Stop sheltering a guy who has never defended her. According to those close to her, Shakira had previously wrote a public statement in case Tiny Scrappy wanted to continue ghosting. The one reason she hadn't, her pal stated that she had not yet dropped it because she wanted to give him one more opportunity to man up. However, she already knows he won't. Meanwhile, Scrappy continued to upload thirst traps, nightlife shots, and mysterious Instagram messages like "Only God has the authority to condemn me and change my behavior when I experience peace." Really? While your son's mother is carrying strollers up apartment stairs alone, and your kid is waking up sobbing for a guy who would not even use his name. Let's talk about that kid. Shakira thinks he's beginning to ask for his father. She claims he recognized Scrappy's voice from older She used to show him movies of Scrappy smiling, touching Shakira's tummy, and speaking to the bump. That dude exists. That guy desired the kid until reality hit him and he changed his mind. Now, in one of her most surprising acts ever, Shakira has announced that she has evidence from that night. And no, not just text messages. She has security footage. You've read that, right? It turns out that the Airbnb where they stayed that night had cameras in the hallway and foyer, and nothing was filmed. Fortunately, you can observe who entered and exited the bedroom that night. This includes Tiny Scrappy Shakira and one more person. And here is when the dude in the video goes nuclear. According to two persons who witnessed the tape, he is a well-known artist in Atlanta, associated with Scrappy's circle. He isn't simply a buddy. Scrappy has performed beside him on stage. Scrappy must have known who it was all along, but instead of acknowledging it, instead of saying, "Okay, we all made a mistake, let's get this figured out," they chose quiet, humiliation, and flight. Shakira, meantime, is inundated with offers. Bloggers seek exclusive rights. Return to the narrative reality television producers are circling. Even a particular podcast host with a history of viral baby mother interviews reportedly slipped into her DMs, but Shakira isn't for power. She claims she's not aiming to destroy people's lives. She only wants her kid to know the truth. If that dude wants to hate me forever, which is okay, but my kid will never grow up believing he was a secret or a mistake, she said. Let's halt right there because this is no longer simply a baby mom vs baby daddy fight. Scrappy may have made a legal and ethical problem, so use a DNA test to discreetly shut everything off. He still could, but the longer he resists, the louder the streets get. And Britney is beginning to feel the heat. Yes, sis. Don't think we forgot about you. Britney, who has been clinging to her bottle girl become boss lady ideal, has been putting on a brave front, uploading filtered photos with comments like "unbothered" and "radiant." According to a source, Britney approached Scrappy during Shakira's most recent. She inquired about the veracity of Shakira's claims. Even though she was informed it was all a lie, she is now beginning to doubt it, since receipts do not lie. Footage does not lie, nor do babies. Only men flee. Responsibilities are due. So where does this go now? According to the most recent update, Shakira intends to publicly identify the third guy within a week if Scrappy does not come forward. This is not to embarrass anybody, but to put an end to the concealment. In the end, one of these guys is the father of that kid, the twist. That infant deserves more than quiet, vanity, and nightclub photos. People are now thinking whether both men, Scrappy and the mystery guy, are refusing to take the test because they don't want the responsibility. And if that's the case, we've got a youngster stuck in a tug-of-war in which neither side is taking the initiative. And guess who loses? The kid. Shakira has made it plain that if no one steps forward soon, she will take legal action. She has already talked with lawyers and is done playing nice. If I have to serve papers, I will. I am not going to raise this kid in uncertainty. Scrappy, on the other hand, has yet to reply publicly. Just because two grown men want to play dumb, she said. Behind the scenes, however, he is concerned not just about the baby, but also about the other man's name being public, because once that occurs, the whole story shifts. This is no longer just Scrappy. Being careless, Scrappy is now lying to cover for someone close, maybe even when someone gets married, becomes famous, or both. Their professions may change. Friendships may collapse.